Good morning, friends. It's Saturday and it's day 16, and we're working with affirmation number 6. And, you know, this has been a really interesting week. Um, so these videos are kind of like my personal journey through the program, and they are meant to give you insight into my life so that you can maybe, hopefully, find something to which you can relate to your own life. I always consider myself to be my own work of art. And so, this process of pushing into our fear and really evolving into, I don't want to say our greatest potential, because that's a lot of pressure, and who knows what our greatest potential is. I mean, like, what if what I'm experiencing right now is my greatest potential? My ego would say, well, that sucks. But my higher mind would be like, yeah, I'm just going to enjoy that. And there's a large part of me that just wants to enjoy where I am? So, this work of pushing into our fear is about, for me, it's about feeling like I have access to more than what my mind thinks that I have access. So my mind thinks that things have to go linearly, and my heart feels like I have access to all things simply by relaxing my mind and expanding into unity, expanding into my connection to Source and my connection to the All. So for me, this Fearless Living Bootcamp is a vehicle through which I remember my connection to everything. I remember my connection to all. So right now, on Sunday, we had a lunar eclipse. Mercury is retrograde. And at the end of September, Pluto went direct. Pluto is this little, like, dwarf planet that is responsible for our way of showing up in the world, our power, our energetic expression that launches itself through our physical being. Yeah. And so Pluto was retrograde and now it's direct. And what I'm sensing in myself with all these planetary things happening, and with me personally, my own desire is to really tap into my true power, like, and to let go of all my limiting beliefs, and to really just feel my magnificence and to express my most magnificent being here in this body, in this lifetime. So, with all these planetary things going on, I feel like there it's just been really powerful. When I've been very keenly present with all of my interactions, very keenly aware of my surroundings, aware of myself, and aware of the people that are in front of me. And I've been very observant of my own reactions. And what I've learned is that I've learned a lot. Okay, I'm not going to tell you everything that I've learned, but I've learned some really important things that have disturbed me and excited me about myself. One of the things that I've learned is that I'm not very compassionate. And I have had to do a lot of work over the last decades to understand where this lack of compassion comes from. And when I was young, I came in very much as a no nonsense kid, and I remember feeling like I'd see someone suffering, and sometimes I would think, get the fuck up. And I'm talking about like a 5-year-old child. I would just have such a lack of empathy for people and for things. Like I had to learn empathy. And I know a lot of people don't have to learn empathy. You come in and you have a tender heart, but I was never a tender-hearted child. With adults, I remember there was this woman who babysat us, and she was mean. She was really mean, and to me, she felt evil. And I remember going into her, and I think I was probably 6. I was definitely no more than 7. I was, I think, about 6. And I remember going into her, and she was being mean to the other kids. And I looked at her and I said, "You are evil. You are evil, and I want nothing to do with you." And the feelings that were coming inside of me, I felt my adrenaline pumping. And the woman looked at me and she's like, "Who do you think you are? Like, you can't come into my house and talk to me like that." And I thought, I don't want to be in your house. I'm here because of circumstances that have brought me here, and you treat me so meanly. And all of these kids are here, and our parents are paying you, and you act like you don't want us to be here, but you're getting paid for us to be here. And who do you think you are to abuse us like this? And I remember having this intense feeling of indignation. And when my mom came, I was going to be the one to tell my mother what I felt and to tell her, because there was no way this woman was going to beat me to the punch. And so when my mom came, I said to my mom, "I'm never coming back here again. I don't want anything to do with this woman or this household. This house stinks." And it was just this intense feeling. And my mom was like, she wasn't mad at me because she had her own feelings about the woman, and she had her own feelings about having to leave me with the woman. And, you know, my mom was kind of like, "Honey, but you don't have any compassion for her, and you're not able to see her point of view, and that's what I'm afraid of." And so, as the years have gone on, I've noticed in myself this collapsing of of my um, of my heart. It's a collapsing of my heart, a hiding of my heart, a hardening of my heart. And a lot of the hardening of my heart comes from a tremendous sense of disempowerment. When I see someone that's suffering, there's only one thing that I have to fall back on, and that is trust in my higher power, trust in source energy to take care of everything. When I learn about, you know, suffering animals, suffering people, suffering children, child abuse, when I hear about rape, when I hear about any kind of situation where there's a victim and an oppressor, I think about all the things that I can do send money to this institution to help that, vote for these politicians so that they can do that, attend these meetings. And I'm like, okay, that's the most I can do. That doesn't feel good enough. I've got to shut down. That's the way I would react to things naturally. So for me, fearlessness is about opening up to the thing that I fear, which is my inability to do anything. My fear is not about the oppression. It's not about the but it is about the helplessness. I am terrified of my own helplessness. I am terrified about my energy level. I'm terrified about the limitations or the possible limitations that I might experience. I'm terrified. The affirmations that we do are helping me to release that terror through finding the resourcefulness in myself, through finding my own um, uh, sense of power within myself, by using my intuition, to help guide me to positive solutions, by sitting down every day and working on myself and opening up myself every day to new ways that I can be of service. And I'll tell you, I've opened up a can of worms because I'm finding myself wanting to sit still and to be of service. Yesterday, I really sat there, with this feeling of uncompassion and understanding that I actually am tremendously compassionate, but I've gone through this thing of shutting down my bleeding heart because of helplessness, and I'm not wanting to do that anymore. So for this particular video, I've already gone so long. My videos are just long, and I hope they're helpful. But I want to share with you my own process. And I'm taking a tarot card to tune into my tender heart and to fearlessly open up my tender heart and unleash my tender heart. That's what I want. Here's my tarot card that's giving me insight about my tender heart. And the card I'm getting, wow, wow. So, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, I did a video, and Jesus, it was this. Okay, so I was talking, it was a video where I broke down in tears at the end, and it was about me working with my 26-year-old self. And the way that I knew that I needed to work with my 26-year-old self was because of a card. I didn't mention this in the video. This was what came before I actually made that video. I was doing a tarot reading and I was exploring um, the what was holding me back, the fear that was holding me back. And I got the card that was number 19. And I've gotten that card again. And this is telling me again that I have to go back to that time. Really powerful stuff. So let me move on. I'm going to process that off camera because I've really got to understand what's going on with me and this particular age. I don't feel like I've exercised everything that needed to be exercised during that time, but I do feel like this is a key time for me to heal something tremendous within myself. So for right now, I'm going to do that work later, but for right now, let me give you the reading. So I'm asking about the tender heart itself. And the card that comes through is light. This is a key affirmation that I'm in alignment with the thing that I desire. And I am desiring a fearless, tender heart. And my spirit guides are saying that this is exactly where I need to be, opening my heart and exposing it, its rawness, its purity, its true beauty, its its tenderness, its fearlessness. So what I try to do because of my tender heart is to suppress my tender heart's yearnings. And my job is to unleash and allow my tender heart's yearnings. And this is what I've been doing for the last couple of days. It's been this opening and feeling my feelings of helplessness in the face of the sadness. It keeps coming to my mind about I keep picturing puppies. Dogs have been like really featuring so strongly in my life right now. The woman with whom I'm living, I'm sharing a house, a lovely house, and she has this dog, and the dog is 14 years old, and I just love this dog, and it's about, and I've not allowed myself to love dogs for a year, and cats. I'm not letting myself love anything because I don't know what to do with those feelings of love and yearning and that tenderness. I've not been letting myself love men for a long time because I feel so tenderly toward men. When I let down my guard, I just let in the divine masculine so fully. It feels like heartbreak, but actually it's heart connection. And all these feelings of compassion that I have for people who are suffering around the world, for people who are homeless. I have been shutting that shit down. I've been feeling helpless and overwhelmed, and now I'm totally awakening to those feelings and acknowledging the truth of how much I desire to be connected to people in the most powerful way. I want nothing more than to be connected to people, in love with people, men and women, children, pets, wild animals, plants, flowers, the trees, the sky. Holy shit, what is happening? Oh my God. I am in love. So, going to enjoy these feelings of compassion today, these feelings of love, and going to allow them and not shut them down in any way, going to feel them. And if I have to collapse, there's a hummingbird on a wire. Just flew up and landed on a wire. I just saw that. And now she's in the persimmon tree. I am in love. That's the message for today. Affirmation number 6, reward. I am ecstatic that I've chosen to live my life fearlessly. I am grateful to be building a solid foundation of confidence, responsibility, planning, and trust in my own capabilities. The practice of releasing fear is its own reward. In my efforts, I am being rejuvenated, made young, renewed, made new, and remembered, put back together. I am whole, and in my wholeness, I invite a whole experience with whole relationships that satisfy me, whole investments in my endeavors, whole commitments to my desires. This affirmation just feels so powerful. It's saying that fear, the release of fear, fearlessness, is in and of itself its own reward. That feeling this freedom, this open heart is the reward. This is the heart that is attractive of everything that you want. Your abundance, your romance, your career, your good health, your family unit, your friendships, your trip around the world, your desire to become a great speaker, your desire to become a great writer, your desire to write a book. Everything that you desire is completely caught up in your willingness to fearlessly expose your heart, to take risks, and to make plans, to do your homework. Everything is completely caught up in your willingness to be vulnerable. This is exciting. This feels good. In my efforts, I am being rejuvenated. I feel rejuvenated. I feel as strong and as open as I was when I was 26. You know, while I was going through my divorce during that time period, I was still young and vivacious and vibrant, and I was hopeful and optimistic. I was in art school, I was drawing, and I was feeling my body, and I was alive and vibrant. I'm that right now. I feel like I'm on fire. I feel open, you know? And when the tears come, they're full, rich tears. I feel my feelings. I feel my feelings. I feel my feelings. I'm alive, man. Fuck yeah, I'm alive. Yes. I feel my feelings. Feel my feelings. Oh, I'm like, normally I'm like, what do I do with it? I feel my feelings and I suppress, or I go do something, or I go eat. I go watch, binge watch. But fuck no, I feel my feelings and I'm gonna sit here and feel my feelings. I welcome challenge with open arms, realizing, oh, I'm in the wrong affirmation, sorry. But that was interesting. I welcome challenge with open arms, realizing that I am expanding my intellect, my inner wisdom, and even my body with each opportunity that comes. That's what I just read. That's the wrong affirmation. That's tomorrow's affirmation. Today's affirmation says, I am rejuvenated, made young. I am renewed, made new. I am remembered, put back together. Fuck yeah, I am put back together. I am whole, and in my wholeness, I invite a whole new experience with whole relationships that satisfy me. Right now in my life, I only have relationships that satisfy me. My clients are fucking awesome. My students are awesome. The people in this program are awesome. My friends are awesome. I live with people that are awesome. My friends are awesome. My friends are awesome. Oh my God. I'm alive. Holy shit. I'm alive. I'm on fire. Right on, man. I am whole, and in my wholeness, I invite a whole experience with whole relationships that satisfy me, whole investments in my endeavors, and whole commitments to my desires. Yes, I accept. I affirm that up in here. When you do these affirmations, you gotta feel it. You gotta feel it. Because it's in your feelings that you are praying. Your feelings are your prayers. You have got to feel your prayers. You've got to feel these affirmations. The more you feel them, the more you are generating the energy. And that's Law of Attraction 101. What you feel is what you're attracting. Doesn't matter what you have written on your vision board. If you don't feel what's on that vision board, nothing is going to come true. If you feel what's on that vision board, I'm looking at my vision board right now. I'm looking at a little Ganesh picture, and Ganesha is my patron deva of knocking down obstacles and letting in love. Hell yeah, I feel that. I feel that. There is there's a house. There's a house on my vision board, and I really love that house because it's beautiful. It's an old place that has been revamped, and it's a sexy place. It's sexy because it's really creative. It has a place like a living room where I can bring in my guests, my friends, and we hang out and we talk and we laugh and we drink wine and we eat meals that we prepared together in the fabulous kitchen, and we all hang out. There's just wine and music, and there's romance, and there's closeness, and there's intimacy, and there's loving feelings. And my friends and I are all there. And I have a lover. He's my husband, but he's also my lover. We play, my husband and I, we play. And we laugh a lot. And we dance and we create together. And my friends are there and they're happy. And we work out our stuff together. And there are pets there. And there's a garden. And there are views. I feel great. I'm here. All right, friends. Oh gosh, how long was this video? Okay, shutting down now. All right, friends. Wishing you a really feeling your feelings day. Experiencing the full spectrum of your feelings day. All right, signing off. Bye for now.